Today we have to discuss the IoT enabling technologies. So there are basically four IoT enabling technology: wireless sensor network, cloud computing, big data analytics and embedded systems. But before that, we need to understand that what do you mean by IoT enabling technology. As I have told you earlier that uh, IoT is not a single technology, it is a combination of various technology, it cannot work alone. Okay, when all these technologies combined, then only it can work. So there are various technologies which enables the IoT systems. Okay, so wireless sensor network, cloud computing, big data analytics, embedded systems, these all are the IoT enabling technologies. Okay, now see, first we will discuss about the wireless sensor network. We know what do you mean by wireless sensor network. It is a sensor network which is wireless, and those sensors are deployed at various locations. Those sensors collect the data collect the data of some parameters, and that data is uh, uh, saved at some central server or cloud. Okay, so and that can be used for further application and analysis. So wireless sensor network, in wireless sensor network, distributed devices are there which are used to monitor the environmental and physical conditions. It consists of several end nodes acting as a routers or coordinators too. See, in the devices in the wireless sensor networks are called as the nodes. Okay, and those nodes are deployed at various locations. Those nodes may also act as a routers or coordinators. What coordinators will do? Coordinators will collect the data from all the nodes. It will act as a gateway that collects the wireless sensor network to internet. Then routers. Route the data packets from end nodes to coordinator nodes. So that is wireless sensor network. Uh, there are various examples of wireless sensor network, like a weather monitoring system. That is the example of wireless sensor network, where the weather data is collected, is monitored by using various sensors. Then indoor air quality monitoring system is also a WSN technology. Then soil moisture sensor, soil moisture monitoring system is also wireless sensor network. Various surveillance systems are used. Then health monitoring systems are also wireless sensor networks. Then basically the protocols which is very frequently used in wireless sensor network is a ZigBee protocol. So wireless sensor network is one of the major IoT enabling technology. Next comes the cloud computing. Cloud computing is an application which delivers the services over the internet. It provides the computing, networking and storage resources on demand. We know that in cloud means there is a central server where the data is stored, and that data can be used, those resources can be used on demand. So cloud computing performs services such as IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. Now these are the three cloud platforms actually. IaaS is a infrastructure as a service, PaaS is a platform as a service, and SaaS is a software as a service. Now see, IaaS, it will run the infrastructure. Infrastructure is available, and that infrastructure can be rented. So that is nothing but the infrastructure as a service. So resource is a infrastructure, and that infrastructure may be used by many consumers on demand. Then PaaS, that is a platform as a service. It is supply on demand environment for developing, testing, delivering and managing the software applications. And then comes the software as a service. That is a method for delivering software applications over the internet on demand, and typically on a subscription basis. Then next comes the big data analytics. Big data analytics, we know students today we are now frequently coming across this term data analytics. Okay, so data analytics is very important, we can say, field where the big data can be analyzed. Okay, we nowadays we are available with so many hardware resources. Also we have got a high speed memories, high storage capability memories. So the storing the data like images, audio signals is very easy for us now, and that stored data, a lot of stored data is available with us now, nowadays, and that we call the big data. So collection of data whose volume, velocity and variety is too large, such data is called as a big data. So that may be difficult to store, manage, process and analyze using the traditional databases, but nowadays a technology is available with us, by using which we can do the big data analytics. It involves, now what the big data analytics involves, it involves the data cleansing, processing and data visualization also. So lots of data is being collected and warehoused nowadays, like web data, e-commerce data, purchases at the department and grocery stores, then bank, credit card transactions, social network. Because of all these, a lot of data is being collected, and for future applications that data can be analyzed. So big data analytics is also very important IoT enabling technologies, because as far as sensors deployed at various locations are concerned, that sensors also generates a lot of data. So that we have to, in IoT systems also, we have to just analyze that data. So big data analytics is a supporting technology which may be used to analyze that data. So variety, now see, variety of data may be available. Data may be of different types. It may be structured data, unstructured data, semi structured data. Okay, so we have to deal with all these types of data in big data analytics. Now what do you mean by velocity of a data? Velocity of a data refers to the speed at which the data is processed. Data may be processed in batches, data may be processed in real time, data may be processed in streams. Okay, so that refers to the velocity. Now what do you mean by volume of a data? Volume of a data refers to the amount of data. Data may be available in terabytes, it may be available in records, transactions, files and tables. Now what do you mean by IoT labels and deployment template? An IoT system comprises the following components. See, devices, resources, controller systems. So what do you mean by IoT device? And we know that IoT device allows the identification, then remote sensing, actuating, remote monitoring capabilities. What is resources? Resources are software components on the IoT device for assessing, processing and storing the sensor information, or for controlling the actuators connected to the device. Resources also include the software components that enable network access for the device. Controller services. Controller service is a native service that runs on the device and interact with the web services. Controller service sends data from the device to the web service and receives commands from the applications for controlling the device. Then databases, web services, analysis components, applications. Based on these also IoT levels can be defined. Databases can be either local or in the cloud and stores the data generated by the IoT devices. Web services serves as a link between the IoT device, applications, database and analysis components. Web service can be implemented using HTTP and REST principles or using the WebSocket protocols. Analysis component is responsible for analyzing the IoT data and generating the results in the form that is easy for the user to understand. An application provide an interface that users can use to control and monitor various aspects of IoT system. Now based on this various components, the IoT levels can be defined. So with amount of complexity involved, one could categorize as the IoT system as either level 1, level 2, level 3, 4, 5 or 6. So we can start with the simplest level, that is level 1. So what can be level 1? See, what do you mean by IoT levels? IoT levels are nothing but the IoT systems which can be categorized in either level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. So on what basis these levels are defined? Based on its complexity. Based on the complexity involved in IoT system, we can categorize a particular IoT system in either level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, 5 or 6. So uh, uh, IoT IoT system level 1 will have a simple sensor to sense the data. It can be either temperature sensor, pressure sensor, etc., and that data will be stored locally. Okay, and the data analysis will be done, and monitoring can be done through the applications like web applications or .apk application. So in this diagram you can observe this IoT level 1 system where there is a simple air conditioner sorry, where temperature sensor is used to sense the temperature of a room where the air conditioner is placed, and the temperature sensor data is collected and it is analyzed, and it can be monitored, or it can be controlled through this application. So this is simple IoT system having level 1. So in this level 1, what we can observe that there is a simple monitoring node uh, which monitors the data, and this node actually includes the sensor. There is a device above that, there is a resource controlling service, and here the data can be stored. And by using the REST or WebSocket service, which is the API, so by using that API, application peripheral interface, this can be interfaced with the application. This application can be there on your laptop or on your mobile phone. So level 1 IoT system has a single node or device that performs sensing and or actuation, which stores the data, and it can perform the analysis and host application. These are now IoT system level 1 are suitable for modeling the low cost and low complexity solutions, where the data involved is not big data. That may be the simple data collected from maybe 2 to 3 sensors. It may be developed for a simple excuse me, sorry. So it can be the data from single entity like home. Okay, so it may not be a big data, it may be the data from 2 to 3 sensors. That's why it is locally stored and accessed through the applications by using the API. So this is the example of the IoT level 1 where we can see the home automation example, in which the data from various sensors is collected at the local server, and by using this data which is collected from these various sensors, the devices can be controlled. So that is about the level 1. Then comes the level 2. Now in level 2 system, there may be the single node that performs the sensing or actuation, and the local analysis of the data will be done. But here the data may be stored in the cloud. In this diagram only you can see that the monitoring node sends the data to the cloud service. Okay, so this is the IoT device, IoT from that this IoT device may be using these resources and controlling services, and by using this controlling services resources, these IoT devices operating, and the data collected from the IoT devices may be interfaced to this application by using the REST or WebSocket API. So data is stored in the cloud, and the application is usually cloud based application in IoT level 2. IoT level 2 systems are suitable for solutions where the data involved is big data. However, the primary analysis requirement is not computational intensive and can be done locally. So primary analysis in this case can be done locally. Okay, so this is the example of IoT level 2 system. So smart irrigation can be the example of IoT level 2. So here the data is definitely voluminous than the earlier case in IoT level 1. It means the frequency of the sensing is done by the sensor is faster, and here the cloud storage is preferred as the data may be huge, and but analysis may be done locally. Cloud means for the local storage alone. Based on the data analysis, the control action can be triggered through the web app or the mobile application. Some examples could be agriculture application, room freshening solutions based on odor, etc. Now next level is IoT level 3. Here the data is definitely voluminous. It means the frequency of the sensing is done by the sensor which are faster, but here also the data cloud storage is preferred as the data is huge. So the huge data is called as the big data, and here the analysis is done, data analysis is done on the cloud. In the earlier case what we have observed that though the data is big, the analysis is done locally, but in this case what we can observe that data analysis is done in the cloud. So now by using these two diagrams you can understand the difference between the IoT level 2 and IoT level 3, where the in IoT level 2 we can observe that data analysis is done locally, whereas in IoT level 3 the data analysis is done on the cloud, and then the applications which are connected which are interfaced by using the REST or WebSocket API, those applications can access the data from the cloud only. Then see, this is the architectural diagram of the IoT level 3 where there may be a single node and data is stored and analyzed in cloud. You can observe the difference in this diagram only, where the data is stored on the cloud and it is also analyzed on the cloud. So level 3 IoT systems are suitable for solutions where the data involved is big and the analysis requirement are computationally intensive. So examples of IoT level 3, it is the tracking package handling system, where the sensors are used, sensors used can be accelerometer and gyroscope. Now next level is IoT level 4. So here what happens in IoT level 4, the data is definitely voluminous. Okay, it means the frequency of the sensing done by the sensor is very fast, and multiple such there may not be a single node, there may be a multiple nodes, and those multiple nodes generates the data. Here you can observe there is a temperature sensor, moisture sensor, pressure sensor, humidity sensor. All these, from all these multiple nodes the data is collected on the cloud, and the analysis is also done on the cloud itself. So here definitely the cloud storage is preferred as the data is huge. It may be fast as well as huge. So volume of the data may be higher in this case, and velocity is also high. So analysis is done in cloud and application is totally cloud based. So based on the data analysis, the control action can be triggered through the web app or the mobile application. This is the architectural diagram of IoT level 4, where it has, now you can observe in this diagram, you can observe that there are more than one nodes are there, and from that nodes the data is collected on the cloud. So level 4 contains local and cloud based observer node which can subscribe to and receive the information collected in the cloud from IoT services. IoT level 4 are suitable for solutions where multiple nodes are required. The data involved is big and the analysis requirements are computationally intensive. Next comes IoT level 5. So here the data is definitely voluminous. It means the frequency of the sensing done by the sensor is faster. Also the multiple nodes are there, and those multiple nodes collects the data, send the data to the coordinator node. Now what difference you observe in IoT level 4 and IoT level 5? That in IoT level 4 there were no coordinator node, whereas in IoT level 5 we can observe the coordinator node. Okay, so here the data is collected by the coordinator node and then it is sent to the cloud. So here cloud storage is preferred as the data is huge and analysis is done in the cloud only, and application is totally cloud based application, and computationally this is very intensive and data is collected in real time. And this is the architectural diagram of the IoT level 5, where you can observe that the data from the various nodes are collected by the coordinator node, and that then it is sent to the cloud, and there it will be analyzed for further application. So the IoT level 5 has multiple nodes and one coordinator node, and the end node performs the sensing and the actuation. The coordinator node collects the data from the end nodes and it sends it to the cloud. The data is stored and analyzed in the cloud, and the application is cloud based. Level 5 IoT systems are suitable for solutions based on wireless sensor networks in which the data involved is big data and the analysis requirements are computationally intensive. So here you can observe that there are the coordinator device, end devices. These are the end devices or the router devices, and from all these the data will be collected on the central cloud, and then it will be interfaced. This application which is connected to the database through the REST or WebSocket API. Next comes the IoT level 6, that is the highest level. So IoT level 6 has the multiple independent end nodes that perform sensing and or actuation and send the data to the cloud, and here you can observe there is a centralized controller. This is the centralized controller which collects the data from all the end nodes, and the data is stored in the cloud, and application is definitely cloud based. Here the analytics components analyzes the data and stores the results in the cloud database. The results are visualized with the cloud based applications, because we know that in big data analytics we can visualize the data also. So centralized controller is aware of the status of all the end nodes and sends the control commands to the nodes. Here this centralized controller is aware of the status of all these end nodes. In earlier case what happens, this coordinator nodes only coordinate this end nodes, whereas in level 6 where the centralized controller is available, it is aware of the status of all the end nodes and sends the control commands to the nodes also. So here you can see the architectural diagram of the IoT level 6. Okay, so see students, this is all about the IoT levels.